Hello, Leo. I'm here today to do your May energy readings, but as all time is ultimately timeless, whenever you tune into this message, it will hopefully be the right time for you. So if this message resonates whenever and wherever you're viewing it, please don't forget to do the like, share, comment, subscribe thing. Help us grow the channel and grow the messages. So, my name is Dina. Thank you for joining us. I've already pre-laid out some of the code cards for your sign. In the future, your signs probably won't get the code cards. I'm probably just going to do tarot for the cards, or for the signs. But for the first go through, we're going to do a long layout for all of the signs. So Leo, the energy is coming out for you today. We have 12, change, how appropriate, Merkaba, the field that surrounds you, so people, places, things, and cosmic flower, passion, reflection there, glorious glowing fiery colors. And under the deck we had empowerment. Something's trying to show itself from behind there. Let's see what that one is. So behind empowerment we have perception. So you have a powerful idea or a change of perspective. I was hearing that for many of you, you may be moving jobs or moving home. It feels like a change of surroundings that is effecting a change of your vibration. And I'm seeing a definite resurgence of your passionate side. And Leos, of course, are a fire sign. And it's a re-emerging passion, perhaps, for something that having this in your life helps you to meet your destiny where you're supposed to be, is kind of how it's feeling. So until you take this opportunity or follow this pursuit or something or make this big change, you almost feel like it negatively affects your growth potential. It's something's holding you back, some type of situation, circumstance, job, or partnership, even a place where you're living at. Maybe you're living with people that are very negative, or even go as far as people that negatively impact you with their energy for some type of a reason, whether that's your partner or roommate or family. But under the deck with empowered perception, I feel like you're able to maintain your vibration even in this limitation, and you finally come to the conclusion that it's time to cut ties and move forward with your life. And we have a pop-in card with that to confirm. Nice. So the card that popped out, 33, master number 33, Joyful Muse. Check out those little glasses. They're butterfly moth-ish energy. Somebody who's taking up a little bit more time to pursue the things that bring them peace and healthy self-pride, a sense of identity unique to yourself, painting the world in your own unique color palette, even if that's through the clothing that you wear or the way that you style your hair or your tattoos. I'm hearing, I was seeing a bald guy that doesn't have hair but has that colorful, your body is your canvas type of personal self-expression. Interesting. I don't know if that's you or if that's somebody you're encountering. And then under the deck too, I was seeing that we have Root Girl re-emerging. That stance and that posture that she's holding is very self-protective and curled in, closed in upon itself. And I see the snail again with that curling, that spiral. And there's mushrooms around here too. Yeah. So the disowned self, root girl versus joyful muse inspiration. This can be if it's a job or if it's a lower vibrational personality that you're forced to share space with or have shared space with in the recent past. This may be the difference between who you are at your best and at your worst, and also yourself contrasted with those more miserable type energies that may be trying to drag you down. And I'm hearing a correction from Spirit. It's not that they want to drag you down, it's that they don't understand. That was at 555. And so if we maintain our energy and our passion in our powerful sense of self-alignment, instead of falling down into the empty well with them, we don't need to indulge them. And I'm hearing two things. It's not like we need to be codependent and enable them. It's that we can serve by an example, and sometimes that comes from cutting situations and just in the moment taking a pause and then clearly stating, okay, I see what you said there. I don't understand how you came to this conclusion. However, this is when you said this made me think in a certain way, and I felt this way about that, and this is my boundary, right? Somebody has to have that one. Deep dive, or diving into a task. Yes. So there's definitely a change, and I feel like for somebody it's a change of job, and it's something that you're more passionate about, something that you're getting excited about learning more about. It's a great opportunity for you to show what your pure intention is, or your potential, your untapped potential, as you dive deeply into a task. Even I'm reminded of my daughter's homework last night. It was a persuasive essay, and she's trying to tell me how it's done, and then I said something to her about phrasing it and approaching it as though it's a marketing ad. We've all been marketed. And so when I said that, then she all of a sudden she's like, oh, well, what do you think about this approach? And she started coming up with a very creative way to speak something that was very engaging and very, I want to say the word provocative to the attention span of somebody who has an 8-second attention span. It's like, wanting this, but blah, 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 blah. Then they're like, yeah, how did you know? And then whew, the tension comes in. And so grabbing your audience, or if there's this negative thinker, it isn't that we need to go down to their level, as we started saying. It's that the way that we approach those people and let them sit in their own choices, but then presenting them with the concept that, hey, have you ever wondered about what other options you have? However that needs to happen for you, there's definitely something about all of a sudden there's a realization about the approach that then liberates the creative spark and that inspired approach that now that is like, oh, well, now I get it. Now I understand how to use my energy to use my passions to come through and grab the reader or grab the viewer or your music or whatever else. Cosmic Womb, the Divine Feminine, number 6. Very nice. And actually this is my first time really seeing this card. To me it almost looks like a dragon-ish energy or snake-like. I'm seeing a bunch of, what is it? It's not vortices. Is it where you have the crosshairs? There's a word for that. Yeah, lots of wires crossing like a fabric or a matrix in like a crystal. It grows from something. There's a growing medium, or like the mycelium root structures of mushrooms. That. And how does this pertain? Cosmic womb tells me that you've been gestating something for a very long time, and cosmic flower tells me that you've reached a level of understanding, attainment, or karmic resolution where now your passions are the sunlight coming in to heat the soil, and the cosmic womb is the soil itself, creating the better Merkaba field, perfect environment and growing medium for your pure potentiality. It's all about timing, I'm hearing, because you can't rush the process of birthing. Deep diver, cosmic wound, or womb. Okay. Sometimes. Okay, somebody wants to dive deep into something and plant a seed to change the future, growing a plant, growing a flower through passionate empowerment. Is there a Leo out there wishing to start a family? The wall, obstacles, whether this is self-imposed or the other individual, maybe they're not in a good place. Definitely hearing something weird out there. So weird. Gathering around the power of community. So if you need more inspiration, take in inspiration from your community and bring that back into yourself, and use that as the muse to build from. There we go. All right. So I want to get just a couple more oracle cards here, and then we'll just throw a couple of tarot cards. Okay, that's the one. Drink from the Emerald Fountain. I was thinking of that card earlier. And Shining Lotus came out earlier in one of our other videos. So Shining Lotus is 26. That's somebody who's having that glow up. They're taking time for themselves, and they're appreciating the beauty that they are and the value that they bring to the situation. They're proud of their ability to connect deeply. Drink from the Emerald Fountain with Deep Diver is self-nurturance. It's repairing the heart space and drinking from the cup that overflows of acceptance and love when we're tapped in to who we are and what we came to do. So under the deck in the pre-shuffle, I got this card, and I wanted to show it to you. It seems relevant. And so the name of it is Kalika Tantrica. So Tantra. And now we're talking about passionate deep divers and the cosmic womb. So there's been a seed in your own psyche or your own heart space, your own soul, destiny, latent in your DNA, perhaps waiting to be activated, and something is coming through, whether it's a change in scene that's lighting you up, a change in the people that are gathering around, bringing in new people. You know, if there's an individual in your life or your repetitive daily mental and physical awareness, it's going to affect you. So make sure that you're connecting outwardly. Don't stay in that energy with someone that's going to continue to pull you down under the surface of the water. Maybe that's what that deep diver is. It's like, yeah, you can go into these deep rabbit holes, but make sure to come up for air. There's also this wall obstacles card is telling me too that your own unhealed resonance with the lower complaining nature or self-limitation cycle is kind of why you're engaging with that energy, to learn more about surpassing your own inner limitations for good. So yeah, assessing your own walls in your own use of energy and use of choice, whether you stay in that energy or reach out for new. You can even make a phone call if you don't have time to go someplace. You can just change the channel literally and turn on some good music. This wall has a window to the outside that looks like a keyhole, as though somebody is so tiny that they're inside the lock set of a doorway, perhaps. So maybe you're in between worlds and there's a gatekeeper energy stepping forward that's showing you a whole different, larger way to be. Maybe you've been playing small for some time, and there's suddenly this energy and that Tantrica element. It was reminding me of a couple things. The Osiris fable where he's sliced and diced and cast to the winds. You can look that up on your own. I'm not going to go too far into it, but basically his penis was actually severed as well, and the grieving wife was unable to find it, but then she finally encountered it and was able to impregnate herself from just this piece of him. However this is coming through, use your own symbol language to interpret this with your own life, but there's definitely something about that. I don't know who the one was that cut him up. I can't remember if it was a brother. Look into that on your own. But there's definitely some kind of a, like the man card, somebody that emasculated another. And even if you're the feminine, you can definitely be emasculated as well. Somebody who taught you not to reach out, or it could have been yourself, just playing it safe, playing that, well, I'll just go for the social acceptance rather than going out and telling people that I see dead people, for instance, you know, like that movie. Under the deck now we have Bahava Tarini. I need to know how to say these. I love pronunciation. She's very intense, has that very red, passionate energy around her neck. So instead of that necklace of skulls, she's got these red flowers. So to me, it's definitely reminding me that there's, and it is the card that is shown on the back of the booklet here. And I've really been loving getting to know what the messages are in the book. So I'll just read the quick synopsis for you and move along to the tarot. So, yeah, the Tantric priestess, we have that Tantric word again. The Tantric priestess of karmic release manifests with the capacity to integrate higher divine energy into even the most stubborn patterning that has so far resisted healing. When momentum is building and you don't know how to stop fueling the fire or reverse the damage, she appears. Her presence indicates that this is a powerful time for spiritual work and healing practices. She will support the work, and much growth can come from it, particularly at this time. No matter how wild they may seem, the storms of your life shall be gentled. You shall emerge unharmed. Very nice. So maybe this passion card isn't all sexual tension. Perhaps it's also aggression and anger energy, the divine masculine energies within us becoming frustrated by delays and miscommunications, or by appearances of rejections, something like that. So let's see what the tarot has to say. 20 minutes. All right, we're not doing too bad. I'm trying to shorten down these videos so nobody wants to spend hours and hours getting their messages. So what do we have? Spirit. Leo energies in the cards. What is Leo dealing with? What clear messages can you bring? What advice from Spirit? There we have this Pisces energy popping out with the Hanged Man in the light of day, flipping his story on its head so that he can reach enlightenment, new conclusions. It's the number 12 card. Very interesting. So yeah, the Mars aspect right now, the Divine Masculine is right with Chiron. We just did a video on that that'll be uploading along with this one. So if you're interested in the astrology, check that one out. But the basics with those two together is the masculine polarity within each of us is encountering those unique tensions of our life themes that are holding us back, and we're pushing through any misgivings or misunderstandings about our energy, and we're reaching for our highest potentiality right now. Under the deck we have 13, the next card in the major arcana, the death and rebirth. It's the transformation of a situation, and we do see a bald guy in that card. And then on the other side of the deck, the Two of Wands, expectation, anticipation. You see somebody waiting for an arrival, waiting for direction, needing a sign. So under the Death card, we see the Six of Cups with someone watching and waiting again, looking down perhaps at these cups. Six of Cups is generally the card of soulmate reunions. Maybe to me this card always looks like a parental figure questioning us, and maybe you're now an adult and there's somebody, maybe that disapproving or otherwise difficult, frustrating figure that we're talking about, or circumstance or situation, is hands on hips, judgment forward, saying, well, you'll never, or you can't, or you need to, or what you should have done, or oh, well, this person is not out for your best. This, I'm gonna put all these negative thoughts and negative manifestations in the way of the manifestation, the beautiful, joyful muse that's coming into your life, because they may not see what's coming in for you. They can't see the window that's presented and that you're ready to move into this new space. And it's like somebody's like, I'll leave the lights on, come in, don't be late. Like maybe you're going on a date and somebody's like watching you and seeing what time you come in as an adult. I don't know what that means. And maybe somebody's jealous of something new that you have developing. And then we've got conflict energy here. So with the Five of Wands, with then the Seven of Pentacles here. So something that you've been waiting for, waiting to come to fruition, is putting you in your head. But then we've got the King of Pentacles. So make sure not to become provoked. It's dark in this card, but this guy has a coin in his hand, a smile on his face. He's clear, he's calm, he's patiently awaiting the blessings. He's not jumping up and down, he's not engaging the argument. He reminds us he's the predecessor of the Emperor, so this is somebody that's ready for that harvest. Look at all of that abundance right at his feet here. But he's not in the light of day. So there's, your status may be still a distance from where you're at right now, but you can only start from the beginning. But if you fail to start, if you take to heart all of the BS that someone of a lower vibration would build a wall between you and your abundance, if you take that to heart, then you'll stay in the dark. But if you continue to embrace what's coming your way and to see it and to speak it into reality, by virtue of you doing this, it comes to you. I mean, it's not that simple, but it is. Ten of Wands. It says you've been doing a little too much. You need to take this step back, whether you need to delegate or prioritize, share the load with someone else. If you hurt yourself, you won't get half or a quarter or a fraction as much done. Maybe you're helping someone else out to carry their burdens, and maybe somebody's putting their burdens onto you. Oh, and there we have it. Under there we have the Emperor. And I'm feeling like this Emperor is somebody telling you that they're the Emperor when they may not be fully actualized. They are just very outwardly accomplished. So the evidence that they're in charge is there, like a boss, an old boss, because we were seeing you getting a different job perhaps, or whatever, a change of authority, a change of scene, a change of environmental factors, making it more conducive to growth in the expression of your personal passions. So don't emulate the worst in this person. Emulate all of the best of this individual. Speak to their highest and become your highest, best good. But here we have somebody in a beginner's stance of pursuing a new passion as a page. They're starting a new journey. So even if somebody's like, oh, well, you'll never get as much vacation time, you'll never get as good of a job or an opportunity. We've got all the people here, all of our customers, we're the biggest company. But one slip of their company or one innovation over at a new company can completely switch that dynamic, and then the wheel has turned and the person who is at the top is now at the bottom and the newbie is at the top. So if you're that innovator that just needs the appropriate environment to be that inventive creative force to bring an extreme change in a new position where you can speak to something that you're an authority of, you can literally change the playing field and you can reset the bar to a much higher standard by putting your passions into divine flow with the universe. So don't be afraid to be in that beginner's mind here, and don't be afraid also, we've got this Page of Swords. I want you to see that look on the face there. Determination and so many other things. This person has been underestimated and is perhaps a little overly passionately fired up and aggravated, but maybe that's for the best. Maybe you needed to get good and aggravated to make a stand and to celebrate your own sovereignty, independence, and everything that you bring to the table. The Nine of Pentacles is all about being your own sovereign self, being in your own abundant garden, tending your own garden instead of carrying the burden for other people who aren't showing up for themselves. Very nice. And then under that we have the Seven of Cups. We already had the Six of Cups. So if there is a soulmate reunion, soulmate possibility here, even if that soulmate is the job opportunity or a new way of expressing your passion, somebody's overwhelmed by the choices or overwhelmed by fear or by being unequal in some type of a way. So there's definitely something here that needs to be overcome, the lower fear-based thoughts. Stay solid in your mental power is what I'm hearing with that card. And if this is somebody that's like an ex or soon to be ex, if maybe you're in a changing jobs, maybe it's that 2-week notice and you're attending a job where they know you're going to go, you know you're going to go, and stay true to your integrity, and it'll come out with perhaps a better outcome than you even thought possible. And then we're going to leave it here. This last card in this deck, 6 of Wands, is victory. And on this side, you're seeing the flaming battlefield is still alight with fire. And there's a wreath brought up. Everybody looks nice and clean on this side, but what you don't see, I'm going to show you the back side of the card, is everything that it took to get you to this place, the blood, sweat, and the tears. And just because you're doing something differently doesn't mean that for instance, you didn't have like the young attractive female that gets promoted. It's not necessarily because of her face, right? Maybe she does have an amazing resume, right? Or the other scenarios are endless. But it's saying that don't let anybody underestimate or gas you up about that they work harder or that you didn't do the work, because there's a victory here because you did all of the work that was necessary. So I think I'm going to just move into my handwritten cards here. These ones have a good assortment of statements on them that I like to use to get the rest of the story. So what else? Leo's energy. What has them questioning their fire, and what is bringing it back? Love bomber. Okay. So very interesting. So it's somebody who comes, swoops in, and tells you all the right things, and then it kind of explodes in your face. Yin yang, somebody who may be your opposite. Electromagnetics, counterbalancing you. So maybe their negativity is propelling you to be a more positive thinker. Maybe the lack of innovation in one place is reminding you to open your own mind and to think outside of the box. Taking a chance. So yeah. What else? We've got Ascending Master. So you're definitely on your way here. You've been in a situation that has limited you so that you were able to, just like in the Tao Te Ching, the I Ching, there's this element of when the water rises up before it can overflow into the next lowland. It's talking about letting the limitations allow us to gather strength in the vertical before we spread out in the horizontal planes. So there's a young male showing up here, perhaps a Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or somebody with strong Libran mental justice type energy, somebody who likes to be in their strength and integrity in that mental. And we did have the King of Swords and the Page of Swords here. And 4444 is an angel code. Under the deck we have astral travel, long distance, reclaim your power. I wanted you to chase me. We have somebody's blocking the situation. Soul retrieval, gathering up. I want to marry you, and standing firm before golden light activation and gaslighting under that. So I'm seeing you reaching for something big. You can't put your finger on it, but you feel it. It's arising from the depths, and you're being told to bring this into your life in a powerful way. So whether or not this is a commitment to a marriage or not, if you can reclaim your power across these dimensions, then you are on the right track. I'll leave you with that, Leo. I do have to go. Take care, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if this message resonates with you. I appreciate you very much, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.